Hi guys, this is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on Logic Before Authority. You may not be a Bible reader. You may think the Bible's been manipulated. You may think a lot of things, or you may think the Bible is the absolute word. And but it doesn't matter, no matter what you think, because what I'm getting ready to show you is going to blow your mind. It is unbelievable. And we've heard some of this before, but when you figure it out and see it for yourself, which is what I'm getting ready to show you for yourself, it is astounding. And man, I tell you. Okay, so I'm going to read just a little bit of mainly chapter 13 here, and I'm going to show you something, and it's amazing. Is all I can say. So, and the reason why I'm going to read it to you is not necessarily the point isn't preaching, um, although that's always good, but in general, that's not the purpose. The purpose is I want you to understand something. Let me start, if I come down here, the 13 starts out, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Okay, and then it goes on down, and it comes to let's see here, to 13:11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had horns like a lamb, and he spank like a dragon. Right now, what I'm going to show you is, oh man, it's just amazing. Um, I've never seen this anywhere before, and I thank God for showing me and leading me to the ability to understand what I'm getting ready to show you right now, because this is a gift, and it's a gift to you, okay, from God through me. It said, and he had 2 horns like a lamb. Now, who is he? Uh, Another beast coming up out of the earth. Okay, so this is the beast, right? And it said, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwelleth therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And I'm sure most of you have read this before or heard it, that kind of thing. But let me show you this, okay? Hang on. All right, now for some of you, this is going to be somewhat new for you, because I've got a lot of new subscribers, okay? This is what we're going to look at is math, okay? What it says in this same thing, Revelation 13, it says, here is wisdom, okay? Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, okay? And of course, it goes on to say, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, okay? So the Bible is telling us to count. What is counting? Counting is math, okay? So it is telling us to use math, to count, to figure this out, to use wisdom. And this is what we're going to do. And this is going to blow you away, okay? Now, many of you, or some of you, remember when I went through the book of Daniel. And I went through, and the book of Daniel talks about the little horn, okay? And what is a little horn? A little horn is basically a trumpet, okay? Because the original word for something that you blow through that creates the sound that a trumpet makes was called a trump, okay? And a little horn is called a trumpet, just like uh, take, for instance, a cigarette, et, okay? The cigar and et. It means it's the literal version of the bigger thing that exists. Just like planet, planet. It means whatever it is that we know about is only is the smaller version that actually what truly exists. But that's getting off on a whole nother story. Coming back to this, talking about the book of Daniel and the little horn. Okay, what is a little horn? A little horn is a trump. Okay, it is a trumpet, or it is a, or it is, if there were several of them or more than one, it would be trumpets. You know, like the word trump and the word pence put together, trumpets, trumpets. That's what it is. Okay, all this is by purpose. None of this is by chance, and it is absolutely on purpose. Okay, but none of what I've said so far is even close to what is going to blow your mind when I show you what I got to show you. So, Gematria. What Gematria is, it is the method of converting language into numbers, into mathematics. Okay, and it doesn't matter really which method of gematria you use, because there's a bunch of different methods like English and Jewish and simple and Hebrew and it goes on and on. Okay, but I'm only using basically one version. Okay, we're just using like the English or the simple version, which is basically the same thing almost. So, but what it does is it simply assigns, and I'm gonna try to make this quick for you old guys who've been around here, is it assigns like A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, and so on, right? And it calculates the mathematics of each word based on a formula like that. And it's consistent. And if you have in the back of your mind the understanding that one thing that matches another, it'd be like trying to going and trying to pick the Powerball. To try to make two words match that aren't supposed to match are like billions to one. And the more letters there are, the harder it is for that match to take place. Okay, it's easy to match maybe A to another A or something like that. You only got 1 in 26 chances. But as you get multiple letters, the mathematics become exponential. You understand? Now, let's get to this. So we have two horns like a lamb, word for word, right out of Revelations 13. Okay. Said he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake like a dragon. Okay. Now, we've already spoken about the whole Trump connection with the book of Daniel, talking about this same character, okay, basically, which is the Antichrist, okay, that's coming. And this is just amazing, I'll tell you. So let's go ahead and let's take a look and see what matches two horns like a lamb, okay? Well, we're going to see a few things that match it, okay? Calm before the storm. That seems to me that's a famous quote of a particular person. A very unusual thing to say, very poignant. He was surrounded by, in his words, the finest military in the world. Okay. And they were asking him all these questions. Well, what do you mean? What's the storm? Blah, blah, blah. You know, and he said, you'll see, right? Okay. So it matches calm before the storm. So that's like pointing at, well, that's pointing at Trump, obviously, right? But you could say, well, that's a coincidence. Well, if it is a coincidence, it's a billions to one coincidence. Do the math, okay? I know what I'm talking about here. Do the math, and you'll see that I know exactly what I'm talking about. It's probably not just a few billion, it's in the high billions, okay, towards trillion territory because of the amount of letters that it'd be like, imagine if the Powerball was that many letters or that many numbers, and you had to get them all right to win. Would you ever win? You don't ever win now, and it's only 6 numbers. You get it? All right. So, calm before the storm matches 2 horns like a lamb. Well, that's impressive and all. But how about that one? How about that one? So, in the Bible, it says, Revelation 13:11, it says, He, who is he? The Antichrist that's coming, the beast coming up out of the earth. He had 2 horns like a lamb, but he spanked like a dragon. What other president in the history, or what other world leader in the history of the world has been more aggressive on communicating in a very dragon method or way than Trump? There is none, none even close. Obama don't even hold a candle to the level of communication, you might say. And that sounds like some great good word, but it ain't necessarily. But the point is that he spanked as a dragon. Okay, he spanked as a dragon. And the other point is that the mathematics behind it identifying Trump as being part of this somehow, two horns two horns like a lamb matches his famous quote, the calm before the storm, and President Trump. And what was that other famous quote um, that he has? He says, I am the chosen one. Well, I am the chosen one doesn't match this, but that's his other famous quote. Um, it also matches the first horseman. The end is the beginning. Now, let's look at the words right after 2 horns like a lamb. Let's look at he spanked like a dragon. He spanked as a dragon. Okay, means basically he communicated. Okay, like a dragon. All right. So let's see what this matches. There's the mathematics on it. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number. Okay. So there's the mathematics. I am the chosen one. So 2 horns like a lamb matches President Trump. Calm before the storm. And he spank as a dragon. The words right after it match. I am the chosen one. One of the other super famous quotes of Trump. Nine 154. 924, 154. When this verse is being spoke, he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spanked like a dragon. Who are we trying to identify? The Antichrist. Who is the Antichrist? He is the Jewish Messiah, the Moshiach. The birth of the Moshiach matches this as well. And I am the angel of death. Isn't this just absolutely mind-blowing? And guess what? And I can't say this about the whole Bible, but I can tell you this about Revelation 13. The whole thing is coded like this. The whole thing is coded like this. Watch this. Now, down at the bottom, it says, on verse 18, it says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now, this is going to cause a little confusion in what I'm showing here, but I think the confusion needs to be understood, okay? That we have multiple players that are involved in this beast. You see, the beast. Let's go back and read what it said about the beast. It says the beast had two horns and spanked like a dragon. Okay, sorry. So it says it had two horns and spanked like a dragon. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and he caused the earth and them which dwell within it to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. And what was the first beast like? Okay, it said the first beast was unto a leopard, like unto a leopard, and his feet were like a bear, and his mouth was like a lion. And the dragon gave him all his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as if it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Okay, and it goes on to describe the beast like the dragon, and it says, and they all worshiped the dragon, which gave the power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things. Okay, when we read these things, we tend to want to um, get definitives exactly, like, well, who is this person and who is that person, and I think it doesn't function that way. I think the whole thing is coded to show us who the players are, you see. Because let me show you something. 603 score and six. Okay, here's our Jewish gematria on it. That's 8, which is 1610, and English is 1878, and simple is 313. Okay, so 603 score and six mathematically does not equate, at least in these methods, to a 3 6s in a row, you might say. Okay, but let me show you some of the things it matches. D wave. Okay, D wave is the computer. Okay, what this mathematics does, what this system does, is in the Bible, the way it's coded, it points us to all the pieces, you might say. Okay, D wave. D wave is a type of computer system that is not like any other computer system on the planet, and has the ability. It's a quantum computer. It reaches across, and you might say it is a perfected method of communicating with the beast. Okay, and I could go way into talking about D wave, but so Saturn and Jupiter and Saturn matches this 603 score and six, and I think there's a reason why Jupiter and Saturn matches it, and I think there's a reason why the elites worship Jupiter and Saturn. Okay, and I think there's a reason that we can even see them in the sky, and they claim that they are planets when I know that they are not planets. They are entities. Okay, and what entities are they? Well, I'm not God. I can't answer that question. Uh, Now, this is where it gets interesting again. Okay, so here we have 603 score and six, and it matches Vladimirovich Putin. Yeah, you say, well, how can he be the? I ain't saying he is the. I'm saying he is the only one that it matches exactly what Revelation says. Okay, 603 score and six. Look how many letters. Imagine if you had to pick that Powerball. How hard would it be to pick that Powerball? Look how many letters there are there. You're talking, this is trillions. This is trillions to one. And I can't find another man's name that matches exactly. Vladimirovich Putin. Yep. So here we have now, we've got Vladimir and Trump, which we know are key players. But what I'm showing you is that the Bible mathematically, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. Count, use math. Here's math. I'm showing it to you. This is what the Bible says for us to do, and I'm doing it for you here. I have wisdom. God gave it to me. You see? Okay. And I am showing you what the Bible tells us to do. Count, we're counting. Okay, so we did some counting, and this, which the Bible says is related to the beast, okay, is the number of a man. Well, what man's it the number of? Vladimirovich Putin, okay? And that is not a coincidence, I assure you. So I took a look at Vladimir Putin without his middle name in there as well, right? Wanted to see what it matched. There's the English and symbol Gematria mathematical matches, the numbers. Okay, there's the Jewish one at the top. Well, look what it just happened to match. Here we come back dancing with the same man again. John Trump. Yeah, we come back dancing with the same man again. Mathematically, billions to one, and we're back dancing with Trump again. Yeah, this is this is profound, and this is righteous, what I'm doing for you here and what I'm showing you. God has led me for years to be able to figure these things out and to show you that the book, the Bible, Revelation 13, for instance, is coded. The whole thing, I went through all the different phrases, not all of them yet, but a lot of them already. And it all points right back, same place over and over. So it matches John Trump, but it also matches Enough is Enough, which is that Illuminati card thing from 1995. And it also matches New York City. It also matches, um, John Trump. It also matches Sagittarius X. Sagittarius X is the Golden Gate. It's the place up there in front of Cupid, Sagittarius, where the arrow is pointing to. The X marks the spot. You see, right above the tip of the tail of Scorpio, same exact spot, is the Sagittarius X. Also matches Adolphus Hitler. And Adolphus Hitler was one of the, you might say, one of the players, one of the antichrists along the way here. He definitely was one of them. Okay. So now took a look at Moscow to see what Moscow matched. And Moscow matched like Jared Kushner, the Revelation. We're talking again, millions to one here. And, well, Moscow also matches Trump. See? Moscow, Trump, 88. 88. It also matches Epstein, and Trump matches Epstein. This Epstein story ain't over with yet. Yeah. Something's, it wouldn't surprise me if his deadly wound ain't healed or something like that. The dude comes back alive. Here I am. Yeah, it was just they pretended they killed me so that way I could testify. I was put into the protection program so that way I could testify against these people. Yeah, it ain't over with yet. hmm It also matches Saugus. Saugus. That was a recent fake flag, right? Yeah. Also matches California, and I think that's where the fake flag is at. False flag, whatever you call it. Then I looked at Russia. Russia. So I'm looking at everything right around it, right? Trump. So Moscow matches Trump, and Russia matches Trump, and John Trump matches Vladimir Putin. Yeah, insane. And Vladimirovich Putin matches 603 scored in six. And Two Horns Like a Lamb matches President Trump. And he spanked as a dragon, points right back to Trump again. Isn't it absolutely amazing? What God is showing me here, and I know nothing without God allowing me to know it. I know where this knowledge comes from. It's planted in my head as to the things to look at, the things to do. God sends me on my path every day, and I follow it, and I outdrive everybody around crazy because they think I'm crazy because all I do is sit and figure this stuff all the time, 7 days a week. If I'm awake, this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure this thing out, as much as I can before God decides to take me home. And so it matched Trump and also matched Clinton. I found interesting. Yeah. Okay, so I also looked at Jorge Mario Bergoglio, or however you pronounce this Antichrist name. Um, Looked at his name, looked at the different mathematical values, and for Gematria it was 1142, but it matched vicarious, which is in place of. Okay, so it's saying this guy is in place of, and it matched some other things too, but I wanted to keep moving, so I'm looking at the patterns. His first name, Jorge Mario, and his middle name match 666, okay, and 111, um, which this translation of 666 isn't an exact translation to 603 score and six, truthfully. But for now, we're going to assume it's basically the same thing because it is basically the same thing. So check this out: how specific and on point this 666 and the 111 is. Okay, so when you see 111, it's the same as 666. Okay, but it matches Mark of the Beast. Now, where do we know Mark of the Beast from? Well, we know we get this number 603 score and six from Revelations 13:18, right? And it says 603 score and six, so 666, right? It also mentions the words Mark of the Beast up right above that. So Mark of the Beast matches mathematically 603 score and six. You see what I'm saying? It's coded backwards and forth throughout this entire uh, chapter 13, right? So Mark of the Beast matches the 603 scoring six that's down below in verse 18. It also matches image of Satan. Image of Satan is referenced as well. It's referenced in verse 15. Image of the image of the beast. Okay. So image of Satan, image of the beast. It's all dancing around this. Mark of the beast, 666. Image of beast, a chip in the hand. Witchcraft, Santa Claus, and I hate to bust your bubble, what Santa Claus is all about, but I'd advise you not to be celebrating Christmas. You want to celebrate something, celebrate the fact that Christ sacrificed himself, spilled his own blood, allowed it to happen in order to free us from the bondage of sin. Celebrate that. Vaccination also matches 666. So you see the type of things that match 666. That's because they're supposed to match. Okay. The reason why vaccination matches is because they're changing your boys into girls and changing your girls into boys. Yeah. And they're changing everybody into a Baphomet. Yeah. They're it's when two becomes one, like the Twin Towers became the Freedom Tower. When the two became one. That's what's going on. I Pet Goat told us all about it. I Pet Goat, the animated thing, the whole thing, almost all of it is about two becoming one. Yeah. And I'm going to do another video on that. I'm going to go through the whole thing in one shot. And I'm going to focus on showing you that it's their number one, it's probably their number one goal is they're changing the DNA through immunizations and other methods of changing the DNA to turn the man and the woman into the energon, into the basically it's a transition that's going to take place where you're going to have gay people everywhere, which is where we're already at. And then you're going to have hermaphrodites everywhere, which is where we're already at. You got a, remember Michael Obama? Do you remember Barack? Look it up if you think I'm making up crap here. He called Michelle Michael numerous times. You can look it up on YouTube. Michael. He said, Mama, Michael, Mama, and he called it straight out several times. Hermaphrodite, man and woman. Yeah. That was not a she. It was a she or a he she. Uh-huh. I'm not joking. I'm not making fun. I'm telling the truth is what I'm doing. Vaccination. Oh, and guess what? Don Trump. Trump. What's Trump? Trump is the original family name of Trump. They changed from Drumpf, which was in Bavaria, Germany. Bavaria, where the Illuminati was formed in 1776. The same exact number of floors in the Freedom Tower, feet, 1776 feet in the Freedom Tower when the two became one. Yeah. Take a close look at Trump's wife. Yeah. Take a close look at Barbara Bush. Yeah. And you never know. Hillary might even be a Billary. Uh-huh. I would not doubt it. These guys are sick with this stuff. They are so far down, you can't even relate. If you're listening to this video, you probably cannot even relate, okay, to the level of Satanism that these guys are into. So here we go again. Don Drumpf. We're back dancing with Donnie Boy again. Donnie Darko. Yeah. Oh, look. I picked goat 2. Yeah. So I picked goat 2 is 666 and 111. And the reason is because it tells you the story of the goat, okay, and the reason why they use the goat is because the goat's face matches just like the Baphomet. It matches the female reproductive system. You see, it looks just like the ovaries and the uterus and all that in there together, even the vaginal canal. It's shaped and looks just like it. Okay, and the iPet goat shows basically, let's say, he's trapped in a box, okay, behind an electric fence. And he's wanting out of there because he's in an electrical time prison. God penalized him and put him in the box. He put him in there with us. Yeah, unfortunately. I don't know what we did or if we just here to experience it. I don't know exactly for sure. But we're in the box with him in the electrical time prison. Monsanto, of course, matches it, a satanic mark. It goes right back to Revelation 13 again. So here we are with the 603 score and six, matching more phrases within the book, the Revelation 13. Now you know that was a psyop. Part of these words, they create them and they put them out there, and we pick them up and run with them. And unfortunately, that matches it as well too, which just simply means they chose that word for us. Yeah. There's another match. I could get into that, but receive a mark. That goes right back to, let's see, where is it? Yeah. Receive a mark, 16. That's Revelation 13:16, to receive a mark. Yeah. So again, a phrase within chapter 13 that matches exactly what he says the number of the beast is, the number of a man, 603 score and six. It's matching, it's all coded, you see? The head or the hand, where can the mark be? According to Revelation 13, it is on the head or on the hand. Yeah, that's right. There's Adolf back in there again. He was a major player. They're a major player. They are unfortunately, they are the willing Mr. Smiths of the Matrix. They come out of everywhere. There's Mr. Smith everywhere that'll jump you and turn you into the cops and everything you can think of. They work for the beast and they don't even know it. They work for free even. And I went on into this and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, and everything just matches so perfectly everywhere you look. It is just insane how all this stuff matches up. And I looked and I looked and I looked some more. And then when I got tired of looking, I kept looking some more. It's just everywhere. Look at this. The number of a man. The number of a man. 666. So the number of a man, this is Revelation 13:18, says, for it is the number of a man. And his number is 603 score and six, or 666. So the number of a man matches 666. The exact same mathematics coded into both over and over. As above, so below. Same as 666, or number of a man. Also matches Baron Trump. Imagine that. Also matches Make America Great Again. That is another famous phrase of this guy. Oh, yeah. Who is that? Oh, yes. Trump. Imagine that. So the number of a man in Revelation 13:18 matches Baron Trump and also matches Make America Great Again. and matches Barack Hussein Obama. He comes back into the picture, into the mathematics, because he ain't gone either. He's coming back. Make America great again. So here we have a verse, okay, that has the words number of the beast, the verse or the phrase number of a man, and his number is 603 score and six. And it all keeps pointing right back to the same people. Look, over and over and over and over again and again. It's just crazy. Name of the beast. Name of the beast. Jared Kushner. Oh, he's part of it too, ain't he? Yeah. Well, the beast did have a lot of crowns and a lot of horns. Yep, 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 yep. Climate change. Satan. Perfect, right? Yep, perfect. Satan equals Santa. That's perfect too. Hope and change. Hope and change matches name of the beast matches the Donald. Yeah. And it also matches drain the swamp, which is another famous phrase of the Donald or Trump. You see what I'm saying? Revelation 13 is talking about some things or some people that will come along. It's the number of a man. And guess who these people are? Okay. I don't think you actually have to guess anymore. I think I've just showed you. Yep. Well, guys, I am so thankful to God for choosing to give me the ability to figure these things out. Thank you, God. And I'm so thankful that you chose to listen and you chose to accept and understand this wisdom that's being disclosed to us. And it just makes me happy. Makes me happy. He that had the mark, another phrase, USA president. Yep. November the 8th. Kind of reminds me of Paradise and some other things and some big fires. And Paradise, California, as a matter of fact. You see that? Unbelievable. Crazy, 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 crazy. It's it's so crazy, it's actually perfect. You see? Now look at this. Trump Pence, the chosen one. Yep. Right back again. Make America great. Matches the chosen one. Matches Trump Pence. Yeah, that's right. Matches Don J. Trump. Matches Make America Great, which matches the chosen one, which matches Trump Pence, which matches John J. Trump, Don J. Trump, which matches the Great Beast. Yep. Thank you, God. And in the book of Daniel, it talks about the little horn. And I'm here to tell you that the Mashiach, the Jewish Savior, has arrived.